They told him no. He said, "Watch me." In the early 1980s, the NFL made one of the boldest moves in league history. They tried to stop Al Davis. But what they did not know was that Al Davis was not a man who followed rules. What followed was not a simple disagreement. It became a full-blown war. A war fought not with helmets and shoulder pads, but with lawsuits, courtrooms, and one man's unshakable will to defy the most powerful league in America. In this video, you will discover how Al Davis took on the entire NFL, and one shocking behind-the-scenes battles that nearly tore the league apart. This moment changed the future of pro football forever, and the lesser-known truths the NFL never wanted you to hear. This was more than a relocation battle. This was a historic rebellion, led by a man who refused to kneel. So stay with us until the end, because this story will make you see the Raiders and the NFL in a way you never have before. Welcome to History of Raiders, the home of untold truths, unforgettable moments, and the legacy of silver and black. If you love stories like this, make sure to subscribe. Join our channel membership and hit that super thanks to help us keep these legendary stories alive. Let us take you back to the day Al Davis went to war with the NFL. Meet the rebel. Who was Al Davis? Before he ever took on the NFL, Al Davis was already a name that echoed through the world of football. He was not born into power. He earned it through sharp thinking, bold moves, and an obsession with winning. In 1963, Davis joined the Oakland Raiders as head coach and general manager. At just 33 years old, he was already the youngest man in professional football to hold that kind of authority. And he did not waste time making an impact. Davis built his team with a specific kind of player, fast, aggressive, and often unwanted by other teams. He believed in giving second chances, and when he saw talent, he chased it. His bold strategy made the Raiders feared on the field and respected in the league. In 1966, Davis became commissioner of the rival AFL, the American Football League. At that time, the AFL and NFL were two separate leagues at war for players, attention, and dominance. While commissioner, Davis launched an aggressive campaign to sign NFL stars to AFL contracts. That bold tactic helped force the merger between the two leagues and made Davis both respected and feared in league circles. But Davis never trusted the NFL's leadership. He saw them as old school, power-hungry, and dishonest, and they saw Davis as wild, unpredictable, and stubborn. That tension would never go away. After the merger, Davis returned to the Raiders as managing general partner, a title he would keep for life. Under his control, the Raiders became more than just a football team. They became a symbol of rebellion. He dressed in all black. He spoke with confidence and attitude. He created slogans like the Raider Way and commitment to excellence. But the one phrase that followed him everywhere was simple and clear: just win, baby. Davis did not care what the league thought of him. He did not follow their rules. And when the league told him he could not move the Raiders to Los Angeles, he decided it was time to fight. The spark, what triggered the war? By 1980, the Oakland Raiders were a successful team, but their home stadium was falling apart. The Oakland Coliseum was outdated, with poor lighting, small locker rooms, and not enough seats. Al Davis had asked the city for upgrades. He wanted better facilities for his players and fans. But after years of waiting, nothing changed. Davis had enough. He saw a new opportunity in Los Angeles, a much larger market with brighter lights, more money, and more media attention. The LA Memorial Coliseum, though older, offered more seats and a fresh start. Davis believed the move would help the Raiders grow into a national powerhouse. So he made a bold move. In early 1980, without asking for final approval, Davis struck a deal with the Coliseum Commission in Los Angeles. He was ready to pack up the silver and black and bring the Raiders to Southern California. But the NFL had other ideas. Under league rules, team relocations needed a vote from all NFL owners. Davis expected resistance, but he did not expect a full-on war. When the vote came, it was a 22-0 rejection. Not a single owner sided with him. Even teams that had once respected Davis now turned against him. But Davis was not surprised. He believed the league was protecting its own image and market control, not the team or the fans. He called the vote political. He called it corrupt. And most of all, he called it illegal. Davis had spent years building the Raiders into winners. Now, the same league that had once praised him was trying to trap him in a broken stadium. He felt betrayed, but Davis was never the kind of man to bow to power. He did not care about the vote. He did not accept the league's authority. If they wanted a fight, he was ready. Not on the field, but in the courtroom. Legal firestorm, Davis strikes back. When the NFL blocked the Raiders' move to Los Angeles, Al Davis did not wait. He responded the only way he knew how, with action. Davis believed the NFL had broken federal law by stopping the relocation, so he teamed up with an unlikely ally, the Los Angeles Coliseum Commission. Together, they filed a massive antitrust lawsuit against the National Football League. The lawsuit claimed that the NFL was running a monopoly. It argued that the league had no right to control where teams could play. Davis saw this as a matter of principle and business. He believed each team had the right to grow, move, and succeed without league interference. The NFL disagreed. They said the vote against the move was fair and part of league policy. They warned Davis not to push further, but Davis had already made up his mind. As the case moved forward, more lawsuits started piling up. The city of Oakland filed a case accusing Davis of breaking his agreement with the city. Local fans also sued, claiming the move would hurt their community and violate their ticket rights. It became a legal storm, fast, loud, and messy, but none of it slowed Davis down. He stayed calm. He believed the law was on his side. He believed the NFL had overstepped its boundaries. Inside league offices, tension was growing. NFL owners were furious. They felt Davis was attacking the entire structure of the league. They feared that if he won, any team could move anywhere, anytime. But that was exactly what Davis wanted: freedom. He did not believe in being controlled. He did not believe in asking for favors. And he certainly did not believe in backing down. Every headline, every legal filing, every courtroom day was another step in the war he had promised. And Davis was just getting started. Courtroom chaos. The NFL gets shocked. The legal battle between Al Davis and the NFL was not a quick one. It dragged on through months of arguments, headlines, and rising tension. In 1981, the first trial began in a federal court. Davis and the Los Angeles Coliseum Commission argued that the NFL had broken antitrust laws. Laws designed to stop powerful organizations from limiting competition. The courtroom was packed. NFL lawyers came in confident, believing Davis had no real case. They said the league's vote was fair and every team had agreed to follow the rules. But Davis had something stronger than league policies: evidence. He brought in documents, expert witnesses, and clear proof that the NFL had blocked the move to protect its own power. The jury listened carefully. The tension grew by the day. Then, something unexpected happened. The trial ended suddenly, with a mistrial. One of the jurors had spoken to the press. The judge had no choice but to throw out the results. For most people, that would have been a crushing setback, but not for Al Davis. He prepared for round 2. 1982. A new trial began. This time, the jury heard everything: the league's control over teams, the blocked move, and how Davis had been pushed into a corner. After weeks of testimony, the jury gave its verdict. They ruled in favor of Davis. The NFL had, in fact, violated antitrust laws. They had illegally restricted team movement. The courtroom fell silent. The NFL had just lost. Badly, Al Davis had done what no one thought was possible. He had stood up to the most powerful sports league in America and won in a federal court. The decision meant one thing: the Raiders were now free to move to Los Angeles. No more votes, no more delays. The war had tipped in Davis's favor, and the league had just been shaken to its core. Sweet revenge. Raiders win the Super Bowl while Al Davis was fighting the NFL in court. His team was doing something incredible on the field. In the middle of lawsuits and legal pressure, the 1980 Raiders were winning games. Most teams would collapse under that kind of stress, but the Raiders thrived in chaos. They were used to being hated, doubted, and criticized. That season, they used it all as fuel. The team had started the year with questions. They had a new quarterback, Jim Plunkett, a veteran who had been written off by many. Plunkett was not even the starter at the beginning of the season, but after an injury to Dan Pastorini, he took over and never looked back. Under his leadership, the Raiders began to gain momentum. They were tough, physical, and hungry. They finished the regular season with an 11-5 record, enough to make the playoffs as a wild card. No wild card team had ever won the Super Bowl. But this team was different in the playoffs. The Raiders beat the Oilers, then the Browns, and then the Chargers. Each win brought them closer to history. Each victory was another reminder that they were not going to be stopped, on the field or off it. Then came Super Bowl 15. The Raiders faced the Philadelphia Eagles, a strong team with a powerful defense. But the Raiders were ready. Jim Plunkett played the game of his life. He threw for 3 touchdowns, including an unforgettable 80-yard strike to Kenny King. The Raiders' defense was relentless, forcing turnovers and shutting down the Eagles' offense. When the final whistle blew, the scoreboard said it all. Raiders 27. Eagles 10. The Oakland Raiders, still caught in legal fights and relocation drama, were now Super Bowl champions. It was poetic. While the league was trying to block them, they were hoisting the Lombardi Trophy, and Al Davis, with a grin on his face, was already thinking about what came next. The Aftershock. How Davis changed the NFL. Al Davis did more than win a court case. He changed the rules of the game. The victory in the 1980 antitrust lawsuit set a powerful legal precedent. For the first time, an NFL team had won the right to relocate without league approval. It was a direct challenge to the NFL's control. Owners across the league were shocked. Many of them feared that Davis had opened a door that could never be closed. If one team could break free, what would stop others from doing the same? Suddenly, team relocation was not just possible, it was protected by law. The NFL had to rethink how it operated. Commissioners had to tread carefully. They could no longer block moves just because they disagreed. And Davis was not done yet. In the 1990s, he once again clashed with the league. This time, the fight was over his attempt to return the Raiders to Oakland. Davis claimed the NFL had broken promises and interfered with stadium deals. He filed another lawsuit. The case dragged on for years. Although he did not win that round in court, he made his point clear. He would never stop defending the rights of team owners. By then, Davis had become something more than a football executive. He was a symbol of independence, a man who had stood up to the league and lived to tell the story. The NFL never fully forgave him. Behind closed doors, owners viewed him as a problem. He was not easy to manage. He was not afraid to speak out. He was not loyal to the Shield. He was loyal to the Raiders. But even his enemies had to admit something important. They respected him, because no matter how fierce the fight, no matter how high the stakes, Al Davis never backed down. Final legacy: the man who beat the Shield. Al Davis was never just a team owner. He was a disruptor, a rebel with a vision. While others played by the rules, Davis rewrote them. He did what no one else dared. He challenged the Shield. The NFL had always been seen as untouchable. It was a league of unity, power, and control. But Davis saw through that. He saw politics. He saw favoritism. He saw a system built to protect the league, not the teams, so he fought. And he won. His courtroom victory was not just about moving a team. It was about proving that no league, no matter how powerful, could silence a determined man. That one voice could shake the entire foundation. Even decades later, his impact still echoes. Every time a team relocates, they follow the path he carved. The Rams to LA, the Chargers, even the Raiders again. All of it came from Davis's battle. His legacy also lives in the culture of the Raiders. They are not just a football team, they are a symbol of resistance, a badge of honor for those who never fit in. That spirit, it came from Al. He also changed the look of the league. He was the first to draft a black quarterback in the first round, the first to hire a Latino head coach, the first to promote a black head coach in the modern era. Davis did not care about traditions. He cared about results, and he believed in giving people a chance no matter what the league thought. Many tried to fight the system, most failed. But Davis, he fought it, broke it, and kept winning. To this day, his name carries weight. His shadow still hangs over every NFL decision. Because when one man beat the Shield, he changed football forever. Al Davis did not just change the Raiders, he changed the entire NFL. Most owners followed the rules. They stayed quiet. They waited for permission. But Davis, he broke the mold. He refused to be controlled. He took on the most powerful sports league in the country, and he won. He stood for freedom, for bold moves, for the right to build something on your own terms. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Al Davis was right to fight the league? Was it courage? Was it pride? Or was it both? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Your voice matters. Just like Davis believed. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to show your support. Click the like button. Subscribe to our channel, History of Raiders, for more bold stories from the silver and black. You can also help us keep these stories alive by joining our channel membership. It gives you special content, early previews, and more. And if you want to directly support our work, drop us super thanks. It truly means the world to us. Your support keeps Raider Nation's history alive, and we are just getting started. In our next video, we will uncover a story the league has ignored for years. The greatest Raiders legends. The Hall of Fame forgot. Players who gave everything to the game, but never got the gold jacket. So stay with us, because on this channel, we do not let legends fade away. We bring them back to life. This is History of Raiders, where loyalty never dies and the fight never ends. We will see you in the next one. Just win, baby.